Learn how to invest in the future. Hey Decide Your Destiny crew, Kyle Spreedy's here. Thanks for joining me for another Decide Your Destiny Daily Dose. Decide to learn how to invest in the future. How do you do it? You invest in people, the right people, the people that are going to show up and that want to learn and want to evolve and want to grow with you. And sometimes you're going to have to tweak those people. You know, I've heard someone talk about that when you're hiring, you might have to look for 11 people until you can find one great person. So other people talk about, the fact that we're hiring from a broken planet, meaning that we're all, in our own ways, a little bit broken, trying to mend ourselves together. So these are some of the things you have to look for when you're hiring. But it doesn't mean that you hire the perfect person. You can go out, and if you've got resources and you can go and find the best of the best, like coaching and teams. They go and they hand select the best of the best. They scout them out. Okay, but when you're growing and you're building your business and you're building your projects, you need to find really great people and carve them into brilliant people, and you can invest in them. So for me, we're actually hiring. Soul Gazing Photography and Decide Your Destiny, our companies are in a mode of growth, in a period of growth, and we are hiring. And we should always be hiring, and we should always be growing. That's the whole point of having this. That's the whole point of existing on this planet, is to continue to expand in a harmonious and in an abundant way for all. So we're hiring at this moment. I'm looking for a great person, and some of the things in terms of what I'm looking for when I'm hiring is I'm looking for a 6-step simple list. It could be questions, it could be certain roles that they've done in the past, but really a lot of that you can mold and teach. Visual storytelling is what I do in Soul Gazing Photography, and in Decide Your Destiny, it's centralized around networking, around community, around training videos, around personal growth and all that sort of stuff. So, that's stuff that can be trained. However, what you want to kind of notice when you're hiring first off is, and I've hired quite a few people in the past, and this has been my experience through a lot of pain and some reward, but you want to look for integrity, honesty. That's a key one. You want to be careful. So number one, integrity and honesty. Number two, you want to make sure that the person isn't a guilt trip person. They're not looking for things that you did wrong or you said this, that way, they're not looking at different ways that they can guilt trip you or guilt trip someone else, to kind of make someone else a problem or something else a problem to take the shine or the light off them. Number three, which leads into that previous one, is victims. Have a no victims mentality, no victims policy of who you hire. Make sure that they're not victims. Make sure they don't exist in a sewage of victimhood. And if they do, or if they have some victimhood tendencies, which a lot of planet Earth does, we can train that, we can try and help them along the way. But be really aware of their language, because victims express their victimhood through their language, through blaming, through not taking full ownership. That leads me into number 4. Make sure that they're happy to take full ownership of their actions, of their decisions, of their language, of the mistakes that they made. They're happy to take full ownership and happy to learn. Okay. Number 5, what you really want to look for is someone who is happy to ask multiple questions and listen to something multiple times and understands repetition is an important part of the process. So you've got to be aware of people that maybe, and a lot of people like this, they'll ask you ask the question once and they don't want to ask again because they're afraid that they're going to be seen as stupid. And you've got to reassure them, there is no way that I will have any verdict of you being stupid if I have to tell you something more than once, or you have to ask it more than once just to clarify before you go and do it. If you think that you know what you're doing and you haven't really thoroughly checked it out and you go and make a mistake, then that's stupid. So make sure that you ask multiple times, okay? This is something I've seen with everyone that I've hired, is that this inability to ask because they're afraid of seeming stupid or not knowing. Come to me with questions, come to me, please communicate. That's number 6. That would be number 6, would be communication. Communication has to be high, has to be a high level of communication at all times. You can communicate through graphs. Hey, this is what we're looking to do with the sales. This is what we're looking to do with this project. You can communicate through visuals. You can communicate through many different layers, but your communication has to be high all the time with people that you're going to have involved, even if it's just collaborators. But this is what you're getting from the situation. This is what I'm expecting you to give. This is what I'm giving, and this is what I'm expecting to get. You have to have that clarity and that communication from the outset. Otherwise, it all crumbles apart. We can do great things together, and on this planet, you're going to have to bring people in. And if you want to invest in the future, you have to invest in people. However, you need to have these 6 steps laid out and conscious and a part of your hiring process if you are going to do the great things together, guys. So remember, I'll try and list them all quickly, but remember, it's the integrity, it's the honesty. You want to make sure that you're not hiring victims. Make sure that they're not trying to guilt trip other people or blame other people. Look for people that are taking full ownership. Make sure that they're asking plenty of questions and they don't feel like, oh, I'm an idiot if I ask lots of questions, or I've got some ego attached to it, I'm not able to do it. And number 6, make sure you have communications at high levels all the time. All right, guys, go out there, hire, invest in our future, our collective future on this planet together. Make sure that we're empowering each other and giving each other the best opportunity, and we're carving those Adonises into beautiful sculptures that we can do, or those Athenas into beautiful sculptures, okay? So we can do it, we can all work together to help each other out. Share this around if you enjoyed this video, if you know someone who's hiring, if you're interested in hiring or want to share it around on maybe a group where they are hiring more people. Give us a like if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you've got other strategies of what you used to hire. And as always, guys, remember, decide your destiny. Cheers.
How did we get so small? Thinking back at those good old days when we were more than a shade of gray.